I'm Andy Katz from ESPN.com, and let's look back at the past week. Xavier had a phenomenal week, ending with a victory at Richmond as Tu Holloway had 33 points, going 17-17 from the free throw line. Chris Mack doing a great job at Xavier, as Xavier, like Duquesne, is atop the A10, despite having multiple injuries in the non-conference portion of their schedule. North Carolina, I think we can start to say that North Carolina may be the second best team in the ACC. At one point, I thought it was Florida State. Then Florida State kind of laid an egg at Clemson, only scoring 44 points in a loss on Saturday. As for Carolina, nice win over NC State at home. Harrison Barnes, he had a monster week, hits the winning three-point shot to beat Miami early in the week on the road. Then he scores 25 points to beat the Wolfpack. Obviously, in the middle of the week, Jimmer Fredette of BYU was the story with 43 points in their win over San Diego State as they go atop the Mountain West Conference. But then on Saturday, he still scored 32 points, but they lost on the road at the Pit in New Mexico. It's not a bad loss. It's very difficult to win in New Mexico, but for BYU, nationally, maybe the perception changes just a little bit. It really shouldn't. That's not a bad loss. They did beat San Diego State, the preseason favorite in the Mountain West Conference, so BYU still should stay somewhere in that top 10. And San Diego State, which started the week at number 4, lost to BYU, which was number 9 on the road. They really shouldn't drop more than a few spots, maybe toward the back part of that top 10. And the week also ended with Kansas crushing Kansas State at home. Very emotional week for the Jayhawks. Thomas Robinson has to bury his mother, Lisa Robinson, who died suddenly the previous week. He's got a 7-year-old sister, Jayla, that he's going to probably have to help raise once she comes from D.C., if she does come from D.C., out to Lawrence, Kansas. He scores 17 points for the Jayhawks in their emotional win over Kansas State. What a wonderful way to end the week for that program, which went to the funeral on Thursday in Washington, D.C. Thomas Robinson making his way back to Kansas to compete in that game. For ESPN.com, I'm Andy Katz.